It is safe to say that when the possibility of an Andrew Ghai versus John Rocha matchup became more and more possible, this very quickly became one of the most highly anticipated, hyped up matches this season in Schmoedown. Obviously, there's been some hyped up encounters to come, like Rachel Cushing and Mark Kanopik. That was highly anticipated. Bibiani and Draco 2 was another highly anticipated match. And then, of course, there were some matches that we unfortunately were never able to get, like Shire Wolves and Above the Line, and, a whole plethora of others. This is one, however, that many people didn't think was going to happen, but now, thanks to this little tournament thingamabob that they came up with a couple months ago, this thing's now a reality. It's Andrew Ghai versus John Rocha, and they are not only going to be facing off with each other, but it's to determine the #1 contender to William Bibiani's Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship of the World. So there's high stakes, lots of drama, and lots of excitement brewing with this matchup. So let's check out this match now on JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Out of time, so say goodbye. What is yours now is mine, and I dream broken dreams. I make them come true. I make them for you.
And welcome back. So, John Rocha, Andrew Ghai. Obviously, this is a match that needs no introduction in terms of the hype and the excitement and the build-up and all the other hoopla that they're probably going to give us on the intros and the promos and all that good stuff. So, obviously, there's a vested interest with both guys with JTH. Obviously, got to meet both of them at the Schmoedown Live event. Both great individuals. Got to take a picture with Andrew Ghai, which obviously you could probably see in my Facebook page or my Twitter page if you check those out. Got both of them to sign the Trivia Schmoedown poster. There's actually a book that's sandwiched in there just to keep it from crumpling and folding up. And the funny thing about that was, as I mentioned in my recap video I did a little while back, is Andrew Ghai at the Schmoedown Live event intentionally autographed his signature above John Rocha's signature so he could put sucks over top of John Rocha's signature. So obviously they kept the kayfabe, they kept the tension between them throughout everything. And if you saw the Schmoedown Live event video, they did a little build up to the match, even though it involved Jason Inman and Mark Kanopik. So as far as who I think is going to win, this is a very interesting situation because this is interesting. Many people tend to say, and I usually agree with it 9 times out of 10, that usually round 2 is the most important round in these Schmoedown matches. I think on this rare occasion, I think round 1 is the most important round in this match, and here's why. I think John Rocha's strategy that he needs to make sure he does this, is he has got to get a lead. He has got to play from ahead and put some kind of pressure on Andrew Ghai to force him to have to answer questions. Because the problem that Merle and Riley had, both of them, is that they were just not able to get a lead. They were not able to play from ahead. They were not able to put any pressure on Andrew Ghai to force him to answer questions that he potentially did not know the answers to. So he could just play loose, play with no fear or no pressure whatsoever, and he ultimately TKO'd them both. And I think that's something that Rocha really needs to do, because the last thing that John Rocha wants to do or could afford to do is let Andrew Ghai be tied, or heaven forbid even have a lead after round 1, and just give I was about to say give the guy, and of course his name is Ghai, give Andrew Ghai even more confidence than he already has, because not only would he be very cocky and very arrogant up the wazoo, but being confident as well is something that you do not want Andrew Guy to have right now. So it's going to be interesting. I think that's got to be Rocha's strategy. Got to get ahead, got to get a lead, got to establish yourself, and always play from ahead in this match. If he can do that, I think he'll be fine. If Andrew Guy is able to hang with him, then this is going to be a very drag out trivia matchup. I'm going to give the slight edge to John Rocha because I think he knows what he's got to do. And I think he will do just enough to do that. But I'm really looking forward to seeing this match. So let's not waste any more time. Let's see this epic rivalry goodness come to, well, next step. I can't even say closure because we know that's not going to happen. Let's do this in 3, 2, and 1.
Hey, guess what, pal?
We're professional.
What do you got? We're professional now.
Oh, professional now. Darn it, I messed up.
I am so ready to do this.
Schmoo versus Schmoo. I can't do that. Alice is too good for me. Here's to that match being good. And here's to the upcoming match being good. No, I actually opened it twice. Don't. It's not fake. Magic. Magic, ladies and gentlemen.
Unthinkable TKO's Merle and Riley, and now he plays Rocha in a #1 contender match. And I'm going.
Yeah, that was another thing I wanted to bring up.
There for that one.
Also, Andrew Guy's got to play a lot better than he did in his match with Riley. Hey, I was literally 15 feet from that stare down. That was cool. Hey, that guy's famous again. You're too famous.
Knowledge versus knowledge.
You ain't never played a guy like me. So when the time comes, you ain't gonna be able to step up.
I'm gonna kick your ass, I'll make everyone forget about you, and then I'm coming for the beast.
I guess I need to do it like this, because they do it like that now. Uh-oh. Gonna give a cane. The very cane that I held in my new profile pic.
Welcome back to
Which,
the
yes,
Trivia
you can buy on
Showdown.
Amazon.
Doesn't
He
feel like a
he
big
confirmed
fight.
that to us. He
Oh,
bought it on
yeah.
Amazon.
Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff, and what a battle today. buddy.
Hello,
Oh,
Mark.
Christian,
Hello,
two
Christian. The
jackasses
gang's
are
all
vying
here.
to play William Bibiani for the belt, and what a match we have in store for y'all today. Andrew Guy, John Rocha. They both have shown the ability to be nice guys and certainly villains as well. As mercurial as they are with their theatrics, that's how good they are around the round 2 wheel. There's not a lot of weaknesses between either one of these gentlemen.
Well, it's funny that you say that because these guys, if you look at it, John Rocha in 2016 was easily one of the most despicable people we had in this league.
Not well liked at all.
No, but what he did was he made
Yeah, and he was hated,
huge
too.
name for himself, beating some of the best, eventually getting himself a title shot and taking the title from his now stablemate, Dangerous Dan Merle. Well, fast forward 2 years later, and someone very similar to what John Rocha was doing back then is now Andrew Guy. Dastardly Drew Guy has exploded onto the scene here this season of the Schmoedown. Many have compared him to a younger
and
Rocha, but he
people
also, he would make the comparison. He
kinda
says, I'm Andrew Guy.
mocked me
And
for
they
making
have
fun of
never
Andrew
seen
Guy.
eye
It's like,
to eye.
well, why'd you
They
take a
have
picture
almost
with
gotten
Andrew
into it
Guy?
backstage. They have
You all
almost
don't
gotten into it,
understand. See,
uh,
Andrew
face
Guy
to
wanted a
face.
picture
Andrew
with
Guy has
me.
tackled John
Because you
Rocha,
see,
got himself suspended at the Spectacular.
he
There is
knew
a lot
that
of
getting a
history
picture
between
with
these
me
two.
was the
They do not
closest
like
he was
each
ever
other,
going to
and they
get to a
both
goat.
are fighting for one thing, and that is that
Just to
championship
clarify
that
everything,
lies around the waist
because you know,
of the champion.
Andrew Guy's not the
Beast
goat,
Leon.
people.
I mean, you look at Guy, you look at Rocha.
I'm
Clearly,
the
Guy
goat,
has taken
or
some cues from John
a
Rocha,
goat.
pending the results of a
Ta-
Maury
take whichever
Povich
one
DNA
you will,
test. He
but
might be his
if you
actual
don't
son.
think I'm a
All
goat,
that can be settled at a
wait
later
until
date, because
Schmoedown
today
Trivia
we're here to
Schmoedown
do
when I
trivia.
kick some
I can't tell you
serious
how much I hate that
ass.
storyline. But as we go through what these two have done, and I mean, look, you've got to give it to Dastardly Drew. He was set out
Yes,
to
you
lose
do.
against
Mhm.
Dan Merle. It was basically it's
Hey,
just a
using
stunt.
my
It's
clip.
just a- guys just calling him out. It's great for storyline purposes. But what did he do? He did the unthinkable, and he beat Dan Murrell.
Shocked both of us.
TKO in the Collider Collision.
TKO win.
Mark Riley steps up and goes, "Well, you're not going to do that to me." And what happens? He does that to him. He TKO'd two champions, two-time champions, and now he is standing eye to eye with John Rocha, another former champion. But John Rocha is hungry, and he really wants that belt.
Andrew Ghai looks good with the cane. John Rocha might need a cane. Either way, we're going to find out who is going to be facing William Bibbiani at the end of these 3 rounds. Here's a look at what the competitors had to say pre-show.
Oh, this ought to be interesting.
You know, you get to be part of the Schmoedown long enough, you see the carbon copies come along, you see the clones come along. I laid the groundwork for what you see now. And no one has made me think about a younger version of the outlaw like Andrew Ghai.
Look, nobody thought this was gonna happen, right? But it did. I made it happen from day one. I made Dan Murrell come out of retirement, and I TKO'd him. Riley just decided to step up to the plate, and I TKO'd him. And now the outlaw is here.
Andrew Ghai's come in and he's pulled off 2 miracles. He's beaten 2 former champs, Dan Murrell, Mark Riley. But now he ain't facing somebody with ring rust. Now he ain't facing somebody who's coming out of retirement. He's facing a former champ who's been doing it for a while. A former champ who's still in the ring. A former champ who's still hungry and wants that belt around my waist.
He's just a troll, an internet troll, and a troll here in the building. He doesn't even deserve to be in this ring. You know what? He's outdated. I've beat every single one of these horsemen. I've put the hex on them. They've got the guy cursed.
We're gonna see what you do. We're gonna see if you can handle it. We're gonna see if you can go toe-to-toe, because I ain't nice like Riley. I ain't nice like Dan. Boy, I've forgotten more shit talk than you'll ever know. So don't bring your histrionics my way. Because the outlaw, he ain't gonna play it.
You fans are in a weird place, right? You got this amazing new talent in the league, actually an exciting Schmoedown for once. But what's gonna happen is Guy's gonna bury all these old dogs. I have to take another dog out behind the shed and fucking shoot him? Happy to.
Oh, terrible.
Andrew,
Language.
you got your wish. It's you and me toe-to-toe. But baby, this ain't no game. This is real life. And you're going down. Because I need that belt back around my waist. Bibbiani, you better be watching this match. Because I'm coming for you next.
You deserve better. You deserve a better league. And all these old title holders, all these old champions have just proven to you they're gone for a reason. I'm here to stay. This is my league. He's an old bitch. I'm gonna put him down. He doesn't deserve to be here. You deserve better. Where's the fucking belt?
I mean, a different Rocha, very intense, not a lot of yelling, as where
Really?
Guy is fired up. Guy is ready. Guy's basically saying, get rid of the relics because it's time for the new blood to take over. He and Ben Bateman have been making sure they're making a stamp that the new blood is going to take over, and Rocha is the last stand. Rocha is the last stand in the old guard, if you will. If Guy does the unthinkable here and beats Rocha, we're going to have a #1 contender. If Rocha wins, he'll finally get that shot against
Does this mean
Bibbiani
this
for
is
the title.
Andrew Ghai 3, The Last Stand? Because if it's anything like X-Men 3, The Last Stand, this is going to be shit. Let's hope that's not the case.
Here you go. You got Andrew Ghai,
Judd
Apatow,
Apatow.
Nolan, Judd Apatow, and being very dangerously getting close to being arrested with a cane. Did you
That's
see that?
actually, yes,
Yeah.
happened. We're sorry about the officer involved.
Yeah, and then
That's
you've
all right.
got
I
Mr.
stole his
John,
cane.
the Outlaw
That's all right.
Rocha, biopics, 70s movies, and being born before the 70s.
That is true. That is an accurate statement.
I at least
Carlos
don't have
Wood,
that strength.
With movie release dates and with the dates that people were born.
All right, so with that, are
Born
you
before
ready
the
to get
90s,
going?
maybe,
You know
too.
what, Christian? Anybody can piss on the floor. It takes a hero to shit on the ceiling.
Sure. What I would like to, because I have seen these two gentlemen many times get very close, very physical. We've seen it at the Spectacular. I would like to announce today, being a special enforcer, true to his name, to monitor everything going on in the match, please give it up for the enforcer, Mark Donica.
Okay.
Donica is going to be on set. He will be here making sure that these two...
Oh, and it's Mark Donica's birthday today, which might be yesterday by the time you see this. So, happy birthday, Mark Donica!
Appears to be putting on some sort of a bowling apparatus.
Bam,
He's got
bam,
his
bam,
Walmart-approved denim,
boom,
and
boom,
I think
bam,
that you made the right
bam,
call.
bam.
We are safety first here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
I wouldn't mess with Donica. He's a big dude. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
Movie Trivia Schmoedown!
3 rounds in a #1 contenders match. Introducing first, representing Team Action. He is a 2017 Ultimate Schmoedown Team Finalist. He is 2-0 with 2 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dastardly Drew Ghai!
Oh, he's got the JTH pepping step. I think I taught him that.
He's a superstar.
Off the fans.
But he is. He's eating it up. Eating it up.
Boy, does he play to the room well.
He does.
What a guy. What a guy named Ghai.
And he is ready to get going as we wait for his opponent.
Pretty healthy stride for a guy with a cane.
And his opponent, representing the 5 Horsemen, with a record of 9 wins, 6 defeats, and 2 knockouts.
Oh, that's right. If he wins, he'll be first to 10 wins, I believe.
Ultimate Schmoedown finalist, and the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Champion, and the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown Champion of the World, the Outlaw, John Rocha! Rocha hitting the scene hard.
Applauding John Rocha. You know, you said the word former a lot in your introduction, but he is here today and ready to go.
I don't got the 5 on my...
This is Vince Cox. Vince Cox did the music
No,
for...
I won't do it. Won't risk it.
Thank you, Vince.
Yes, Vince
Is this
Cox
where John thanks me again for making him relevant once again? Look, Action is here, and Andrew's here, and look, it's John Rocha once again trying to stay relevant.
And right away, John Rocha not responding.
love
John Rocha,
It's
not
okay.
saying a whole lot. Andrew, you keep that attitude up. I will take away
John's
your
like,
apple
I'm
juice.
sorry, did you say
That
something?
is not apple juice.
All right, so with that, the competitors have hit the
Apple
table mark. How
juice
does round
is-
#1 work?
In
It's
round
tasty,
number 1,
though.
the competitors are going to hear 8
try
questions
apple
from
juice
8 different corners of the
sometime.
movie trivia galaxy. These questions are each worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing.
Or
available
prune
in round
juice, for
1.
that matter.
As soon as we
You ain't gotta
ask
be
you each
old to
question
like
from
prune
up here at the
juice.
answer desk, please
Klingons
write
like
your
prune
best
juice.
attempt at an answer on the whiteboard we have so kindly provided to each competitor. You have about 15 seconds. Once we ask you by name to give
Marker
your answer,
test.
please show
Marker
what you wrote on
works.
the whiteboard to the camera. At the same time,
Don't worry
you
about it, though.
vocalize it
Won't need
into
to
the
use it very
microphone.
often.
I will remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the match.
Not the
If you're
JTH rule.
sure
Thank you,
question
thank you,
right,
thank
buy
you.
yourself some time. Use the JTE rule. You each have 1 challenge as well. And Christian, I think I did a great job explaining the rules. Thanks for looking dead-eyed into the camera.
Well, I don't think I did that time. I was looking at my computer, checking my texts. You can do that through a computer now, you know that?
That's a great point. Let's get on to the match, huh?
All right, Rocha, are you ready?
Yes.
Guy, are you ready?
These are 2 of the biggest personalities we've ever had. What's wrong with them?
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Yay!
Here we go.
Lighten up, man. This is an exciting moment.
Round #1. Question.
Prove your worth.
Question #1. Comedies. Who is Sandra Bullock's co-lead in the 1999 rom-com Forces of Nature? Well, these 2 guys are Forces of Nature, huh?
Oh, boy.
Huh?
That's
Right?
the kind of
No?
match we're having.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, dad jokes.
5,
I'm
4,
not sure.
3, 2, 1.
I'll say
Pens
Brad
down,
Pitt.
And Rocha.
Ben Affleck.
Correct, guys.
Ben Affleck.
I was thinking Ben
Okay,
Affleck,
next
too. Damn it.
All right, your next question comes from the world of
Would have been a total guess, though.
action/adventure,
I wouldn't
and
have
the query
bragged that I
is,
knew it.
What is the nickname of the toxic substance Judge Doom uses to kill Toons?
What is the
in
nickname
Who Framed
of the,
Roger Rabbit? I'm gonna say
What was the
something
actual
very
chemical
weird.
compound?
I
It
agree
was,
with a lot of Judge Doom's policies. You can't have these animated characters running around dropping pianos on
5,
heads.
4, 3,
Eddie Valiant's brother was
2,
killed by a Toon dropping a piano.
1.
See.
You're very passionate. Pens down. Guy.
But they call it the
Gas
dip.
X?
Incorrect.
Acme sludge.
Incorrect.
The answer's dip, you idiots. Come on.
Ah,
All right.
calls it the dip.
All right.
It's
Apparently, Charles
dip.
Fletcher's here in the studio.
Wow, we really missed Sam in the building.
Yeah. Somebody gave him a movie already for
I heard he auditioned
Jesus.
for that role.
Jesus.
Wow, teaming up to take on poor Sam Levine. All right, here we go. Next question. Directors, shh, please. Directors. Who directed 12 Years a Slave?
Oh God.
Sam Levine making an appearance here in the crowd. Somebody put a blanket over him because at that age, you get cold in the legs.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please.
Someone
and Rocha.
famous.
Correct.
Steve McQueen.
Okay, tied up.
Yeah, he's someone
All right,
famous.
okay.
I'm right.
He's no
Point
perfect
for
round.
me.
Yeah.
Your next question comes from the world of horror/thriller.
Of course. This is
Question
why I
is,
would never do
what
well, because
90s
this category is
sci-fi
always
horror
going to come
film
up.
Stars Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Neill.
It's a funny question, huh?
It's hilarious. We have to talk about. Oh boy, so much in this match. So much drama going on behind the scenes.
You have jet lag. 5, 4, 3,
I have eternal jet lag.
2, 1.
Repeat the
Pens
question.
down.
Alien 3?
Said pens down.
I said repeat the question.
I said pens down. You said
Dude,
repeat the
I
question.
said repeat the question. That's not even a no. I waited till the last second for a reason.
Your call on it. I said pens down.
I think he got it under the gun.
All right, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Fuck
That's
that.
on
Event
you.
Horizon.
All right.
Okay, but you did use a repeat the question.
Yes, I will take the JTE.
Okay, you got a JT rule under the belt. John Rocha, what do you have?
Event Horizon.
Okay,
All right.
Rocha.
After all that, you made me hold that up for 20 seconds to be wrong.
Fantasy sci-fi.
Thank
Fantasy
you.
sci-fi. What is the name of the magical lion
And
voiced
Ghai
by
was
Liam
right.
Neeson in the Chronicles of Narnia series?
Where's the name of the magical lion?
Oh, do you not
Oh,
like that
crud.
question, audience member?
Bibiani. 5.
Bibiani, of course.
4.
Remember when Bibiani
Okay,
had like
3.
you know,
When he
wasn't
didn't
a Leo.
talk because he
When he
didn't have
wasn't
a
a jerk,
fucking belt.
he had a
Yeah,
bounce,
I
1.
remember.
Pens down. This should be a new team. Rocha.
Aslan.
Correct. All right, tied up.
That is correct. We also would have accepted Jesus.
Are we seeing some kind of union happening? between these
Jesus.
two?
I don't know. There's a lot of love up there at the table right now.
That's
I gotta
something that
tell
not
you.
even you could have written.
No.
I don't like it.
All
Your
right.
next question comes from the world of animated movies. Movies
Yeah, I
drawn
might
by
know this
hand or on
one.
a computer, more likely. Your
Yep,
question
right.
is, who voices Brenda the Bun in Sausage Party?
I think I know this.
Brenda the Bun? Fucking joking me?
That's the
5,
question.
4, 3,
It's Kristen
2,
Wiig.
1. Pens down, please. Andrew Ghai.
Leslie Mann?
Incorrect.
Kate McKinnon?
Incorrect.
Looking for Kristen Wiig.
Thank
Ah,
you.
Tied
Yeah.
up.
Close. We were around the same.
Still tied up. All right, here we go, guys.
Damn it.
Dramas. Who plays Tom Cruise's mentor, Avery, in 1993's The Firm?
Saw the movie in the theater with my parents.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I
You
believe
have
it.
any follow-up questions?
No, I think it's a great question. It's a great fact.
We all enjoyed it.
Good.
I didn't
5,
understand what was going on.
4,
Is not right.
3,
Confused in that movie.
2, 1.
I don't
Pens
know, Jeff
down,
Bridges?
please. And Rocha.
Gene Hackman?
Correct.
I
Got it.
didn't have it.
Didn't have it. All right, so Rocha goes up by 1. 5-4, but what a match so far we've had. Very close. 5-4. Rocha only a 1-point lead as we get into our
I
final
think he's
question.
got to get
And
one more
that is
point,
a
though.
Patreon question.
to establish
Final
enough of a
question comes
lead.
to you from Andy Schick. Thank you,
Yeah,
Andy, for
I remember
supporting
Andy
the
Schick.
show. We
I
appreciate
heard
you
yesterday
and
that he
all
was
the
going to be
razors
the
that you bless CBS with.
the
In
Patreon
the category
question
of
maker.
lore,
Bring
lore
in,
movies
let
is
us
what
know
Andy
about everything
wanted.
we were going to
Certainly
have.
We're seeing a little bit of that up there at the desk. What film, adapted from a Mark Bowden book, depicted the Battle of Mogadishu?
Oh.
Oh, this was on Full Metal Trivia, and what was...
Ghai and
Oh,
Andrew, my
darn
favorite.
it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Andrew Ghai.
1941.
Incorrect.
Black Hawk Down?
That's correct.
Damn it!
6-4.
Damn it!
6-4. So Rocha, very
That's
tight,
right.
tight
Darn
first
it.
round. Rocha only has a 2-point lead as we get
I
into
remember hearing
round
that on
number
Full Metal
2,
Trivia.
wheel round, Mark.
I remember hearing
Maybe
Mogadishu.
Rocha conserved
Robert
his
Parker,
energy
you were the
by
one that
not
got
saying
Mogadishu.
A word in round number 2. It's also known as the wheel round, the wheel of justice, doom,
And it's
fate.
6-4. I
On
think
that wheel, you're gonna see 10
that might be
categories,
enough.
As well as the fan favorite
If you
spinner's
can
choice
establish a
and every
lead,
competitor dreads
that might be
opponent's
enough.
choice. You got categories from different places in the movie trivia Schmoedown spectrum. Each question.
But if I was
within said
Rocha, I'd go
category is gonna be
first.
worth 2 points.
I
You're
try
gonna
to get as
total
big of a
four
lead as I
questions.
possibly
If you're
can.
not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4
So-
options, one of which is the correct answer, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. I'll remind both competitors, stealing is available in round number 2. Let's see, we got John Rocha with a 2-point lead. He's got to be happy about that. John, would you like to spin first or second?
Oh, Andrew can spin first.
Okay, Andrew's going to spin first,
Got
and
it.
this is a sponsored wheel. Thanks to one of our Patreons.
Yep,
That would be
wheel
Emmanuel
sponsor.
Ibanez. Thank you, Emmanuel. Andrew Ghai now spinning the wheel.
I would have liked to have seen John spin first there.
And Will Smith movies are Emmanuel's 2 choices with his sponsored wheel. This could be opponent's
He did it.
choice.
Yeah, he hit Nolan again. That's what he got against Riley, and he's sticking with it, obviously.
He has magic.
Wow.
Emmanuel Ibanez sponsoring
That was
the wheel,
big.
maybe giving Andrew Ghai some spinning luck.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Andrew, you get 4 questions in the realm of Christopher Nolan films. In Batman Begins, who plays William Earl, the CEO of Wayne Enterprises, while Bruce was away? Five, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Tom Wilkinson, B, Rutger Hauer, C, John Glover, D, Bruce
B.
Greenwood?
Rutger Hauer.
1 point.
God damn it.
Okay. Next question. Who plays Hugh Jackman's assistant and lover, Olivia, in The Prestige? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Olivia Wilde.
Incorrect for the steal of 2 points.
Scarlett Johansson.
2 points.
Oh,
That's
boy.
a big steal in a round that we thought Andrew Ghai was very comfortable with this category.
Next question. Next question.
Putting the pressure.
What was
Putting
the
that
first
pressure.
Christopher Nolan
Putting
film
that pressure.
in which Hans Zimmer received an original score Oscar nomination?
Dark Knight.
Incorrect. Deal. Huge right here.
Dunkirk.
5, 4.
Batman Begins.
Looking for Inception.
Inception.
Oh.
That miss could come back to haunt Rocha. I know he's got the lead, but man, that could have really done some damage to Ghai.
All right, here you go. Final question, Andrew. What was the name of Christopher Nolan's first feature film?
Following. Following. Following.
Final answer?
Following.
Following's your final answer.
Yes.
That's correct.
All right, Andrew Ghai with 2 points, closing the gap, but John Rocha maintains a lead
you wanna
here.
I
challenge?
feel like I need to challenge that. As much as I don't want to challenge it, I feel like.
What's
I
your
need to.
challenge?
Sam Levine, please
What-
come
what
weigh
is
in
your-
on
what
this.
is- what is your
It's
challenge?
called following, not the following, and there's a difference if we're going to go thing or the thing.
I
That
completely agree, but we also in that meeting discussed whether or not a final answer was
We asked-
coming into
that's
play.
why. That's
You
why I
asked,
asked
and
final.
I changed
That's
it.
why
and
I
I
asked
just
final. I
adjusted.
did ask final answer. So
No challenge. My
Are you,
points.
are you challenging? Just wait. Just wait. Are you challenging? Are you challenging?
I don't need to hear from some
Well, until-
retired
don't,
has-been.
don't worry about that. All we need to know is if you're challenging, then we will confer and ask. If not,
He did challenge.
I get
We
a
need to
final
know if
answer,
John
too.
Rocha's challenging.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that. That's fair.
are you taking the challenge?
Yeah, all right. Fine.
You're
I'll
gonna
take
take
no,
challenge,
no,
right?
no challenge.
No challenge. Okay, no challenge.
I mean, you're,
Okay.
you're still winning.
John
You're still
Rocha.
winning, John.
John Rocha hits the table. Excuse me, hits the wheel. Here we go.
All right, here
Well,
comes Rocha.
It wouldn't be a top 10 action match if there wasn't a little controversy.
Yeah,
here,
but he
so.
still has a lead, and he's going into the spin here, Christian. He's got to
Yeah.
feel good about the position he's in
Well,
right
he's
now.
looking for something that's his strength so he can put it away. But
It doesn't look like it's going to
Westerns
be
is on
opponent's
there.
choice. That's got to be a relief.
Oh,
It could be
no.
Westerns for the outlaw.
Oh, game over.
Western,
It's
they both
over.
hit their strengths. I mean, they
Wow.
both hit their strengths, and
All right.
can the
That's
outlaw
it.
capitalize here on?
Oh, damn towel.
All right. John Rocha, the outlaw, just spun Westerns. He's never
I
ridden
think-
a horse. Your first question.
I think if he
The
gets
world of
4
Westerns.
points or 5,
What is the first
I think
movie
this is it.
in Sergio Leone's Man with No Name trilogy starring Clint Eastwood called?
For a few dollars more.
That is incorrect. Andrew Ghai for the steal.
For a few dollars less.
That is even more incorrect. We're looking for a fistful of dollars.
My mistake.
A
know the answer.
fistful of dollars. Your next question. In the world of Westerns,
How did
John
I miss
Rocha,
Johansson?
what was the name of the town in High Noon that Marshall Kane was forced to defend by himself? This is High Noon from 1952.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Is it A, Haddonfield, B, Hadleyville, C, Tombstone, or D, Virginia City?
B, Hadleyville.
It is Hadleyville for 1 point.
All right, John going up 9-7.
2-point lead.
2 questions left.
Next question. Who was the star of the Westerns Hombre, Buffalo Bill, and the Indians and the Left-Handed Gun?
Paul Newman.
Give him 2 more points. He's got
Rocha taking a 4-point
I
lead
think
here.
if he can get one more,
Now,
one more is all
we
he
go to
needs.
your final question in the world of Westerns. These are movies that are very dusty. What Rat Pack member played the title character in Dirty Dingus
Dean
McGee?
Martin.
Jesus Christ.
He was not a member of the Rat Pack.
Rat Pack.
5,
Frank Sinatra.
4.
2 more points,
Oh.
and he's got himself a 6-point
Sinatra?
gash.
6-point
That was
lead
Dean Martin.
here.
That was my guess.
6-point lead as we get into round number 3. Rocha having
I
a
thought you only needed 1 more
6-point
point. He
lead
got
and
2.
is
So,
one round away from going
yeah, it's
to
gonna
a
be
title
tough.
match. But we have had 6-point comebacks before, and don't count Andrew Ghai out. Here we go. Round number 3. How does it work?
In round number 3, each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. These are 3 numbers that range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a question up here at the answer desk from a different movie trivia category. The first number you give us is going to correspond to a 2-point question. The next one is worth 3 points. The last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 points. Because John Rocha is enjoying a 6-point lead right now, he's going to give us his series of numbers first. Then we'll take Andrew Ghai's. And Andrew Ghai, Christian, going to have to hit some correct questions to force Rocha's hand and avoid the TKO. John Rocha, what series of numbers would you like, sir?
What's the range?
1 to 20.
2.
6, 8, and 14.
6,
8,
8,
14 for Rocha
14.
and for Drew.
Going even. Interesting strategy.
3, 7, and 17, please.
3, 7, and 17 for Drew. Drew will go first as he tries to avoid the TKO here. Here we go. Drew, your first question was in the realm of comedy.
Ah.
There it is.
All right,
That's my good luck charm.
comedy. Chris Farley and David Spade have starred in 3 films together.
Black Sheep.
Black Sheep and Tommy Boy.
2 points.
Yep.
Okay.
Also would have accepted Coneheads.
You had it.
Underrated.
Yep.
What was the other one? Airheads?
All right.
What'd you say?
Coneheads.
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 I was like, I didn't think it was an
All right,
Airheads. I
here
didn't
we
see
go.
David Spade there.
So your next question, 7. Okay. In the realm of 2010s. 2010s. Okay. All right. In 2010's The Town, who plays the FBI agent?
John Hamm.
There you go. 3 points.
All he needed.
All right. So Andrew Ghai has gotten himself
In losing position.
Andrew Ghai has to hit his 5-pointer here to avoid the TKO. However, if he hits it, then it goes back to Rocha. So for category 17, you chose dramas.
Ooh, and boy, do we have some here today, Christian.
Dramas. Here you go. In what 2010 film stars Brendan Fraser and Harrison Ford trying to find the cure to a rare genetic disorder?
Brendan Fraser. I didn't know he did a movie in 2010. I didn't think he did anything after the Looney Tunes movie.
3, 2.
Repeat the question.
What
Fraser, he was a guy that just
2010 film
disappeared.
stars Brendan Fraser and Harrison Ford trying to find the cure to a rare genetic disorder? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Last one. What 2010 film stars Brendan Fraser and Harrison Ford trying to find the cure to a rare genetic disorder?
Congratulations, man. I don't know the answer. Passengers. That's not right.
And your winner, by
Oh.
way of technical knockout, the Outlaw, John Rocha.
Wow.
The answer was extraordinary measures.
Extraordinary measures, and Rocha
Never heard
having
of
to
it.
use some extraordinary measures to defeat Andrew Ghai. Maybe not Andrew's best performance that we've ever seen, but John Rocha certainly earning a defensive struggle victory.
Oh, look at Rocha getting that title.
Time to give me the belt, big man!
Rocha coming after
This is the John
Bibiani.
Rocha we know.
That's old school Rocha right there. But look, it was classy between him and Ghai. He shook Guy's hand. Guy walked off, and that was it. Guy, just had a rough go with that Christopher Nolan. That happens with Riley. It happened with Riley with scores and soundtracks. Strength didn't hit the questions he hoped. That happened with Christopher Nolan, and Guy played a hell of a match in that first round. Rocha was just on his game.
Doesn't matter how well you know a particular category, it's about those 4 individual questions. And you're right, I was shocked by the classiness that we saw from both Andrew Ghai and John Rocha. We wasted money paying Mark Donica to be here today. Didn't need him at all.
Didn't need him at all. But I'll tell you what, now we get it. We've been waiting a year for Rocha versus Bibiani, and now not only do we have it, it's for the belt. And my God, what a showdown that is going to be. Rocha, Bibiani for the championship. But Andrew Ghai has nothing to hang his head about. What an absolute showing from this kid so far, beating Merle and Riley, and now coming up short against the Outlaw, as so many others have done in the past. But man, that was something
Rocha,
to see.
first of 10 wins.
Here we go. We're going to
How
talk
about
to
that?
Jen Sturger, who's with Andrew Ghai, and the new #1 contender, the Outlaw, John Rocha.
What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen
Oh,
Sturger here with
now he's a
Andrew
nice
Ghai.
guy.
Andrew, you spun Nolan, and it still didn't work out in your favor this time.
Yeah.
All good things must come to an end, right?
Yeah, for sure. I screwed the pooch. It was just a miss. You know what happens. And I hate to admit it. I mean, you know, John's going to look back on this the rest of his life. It's going to be one of his greatest moments. I'll probably forget about it in the next week. But he did good. He played very well today. I gotta give it to him. You know, he's a competitor. He's a champion. And I've beaten 2 other champions. My singles run has been 3 champions in a row. You think I'd fucking care about losing? No. I'm in a better place than anyone could possibly be going into the league. And now, I'm just going to support Ben. Because he's going to win the belt.
You and
I'm
Rocha,
totally happy with that.
But you and Rocha almost seemed like you were having a civil match out there, almost eye to eye. It was very odd, I would say, for the rest of us watching.
Look, John and I understand each other. We're both competitors. We're both heated. We'll fucking kill each other if we have to. But we also understand that there's bigger things in play, like all of you out there at home. And so we put on a show. And that's exactly what you idiots are going to be missing with this #1 contender to this belt, this title match. Are you kidding me? 2 white dudes in their 40s? How boring could it possibly be? Fuck
Hey,
me.
Bibiani's
you
not
guys
40.
want that again? Congratulations.
Enough.
Ooh, look at the old Mount Rushmore. I can't see it. The sun's on it. Wow. No. Have fun. Enjoy your lame-ass match and wait for me to come back to singles.
Speaking of coming back to singles, are you going to be participating in the singles tournament coming up?
I don't know. We'll see if I have time.
Okay.
Yeah. How have you been?
Great.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Your hair
Thanks
looks
for
nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for actually listening
no
to the answer
problem.
this time. Fuck. And I'm back with a more quiet, reserved John Rocha.
Yeah. How you doing? How's it going?
Great. How are you feeling after that match? You finally put an end to the run that Andrew has been plaguing the Horsemen. That's got to be feeling a huge weight off your chest.
Yeah, I mean, it was, you know, he beat 2 former champions who were coming out of retirement, and maybe Ring Rust got the best of Riley and Dan, but I'm still sharp. I'm still playing. Andrew played a good match. I played a better match. You know, just how it works. Sometimes you get the questions, sometimes you don't. Ended up stealing some things in that second round. Really helped me in the third round, not needing to answer any of my questions. I TKO'd both guys from Team Action, so to me, the rivalry is dead. The Horsemen now take care of that business. But Andrew had a great match, and he had a great run, so I respect him and what he was able to accomplish.
Yeah, speaking of TKOs, you know, today marks your 10th win here in the Schmoedown, and a year and a half since your last title shot.
Not bad for a Latino guy, right, Andrew? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, go
We're
ahead.
never letting that one down here, are we? But so now what's next? Now that we got Andrew out of the way, obviously, I guess the real obstacle coming up is Bibbs, and
Yeah. Well,
it's like I said, it's been a year and a half since your last title shot.
yeah, it has been, and you know, it's been a long road, and I've had to overcome a lot of challengers and losses, and you know, kind of put myself back in the mix. Taking care of 2 young bucks like Ben and Andrew in a row was not easy, but I did it. And you know, I'm sorry, Jessica, that you don't get to tweet Falling Horseman anymore on your Twitter, but that's the way it goes now. Bibiani, you have something I want, and that's the belt. All right. So ever since you left the first iteration of the Horsemen, you know, you got cocky, you talked all your stuff.
Jen.
What happened? You had to put yourself in service of the game. Well, finally, you calmed down and you won the belt. Well, now I'm coming for it, son. We are overdue. We are over. Oh, Jesus. I should have seen him standing there. What's up?
You're going to need to be a little bit more on the ball than that if you're going to get this sucker back.
I will.
Tell you something. I have had this let out a bit.
You've had it let out a bit?
Well, yeah, because I'm a big fat guy.
Wow.
So like, I needed this to be like,
I don't
all
see
for me.
shape.
You're going to have to, you're going to see shape.
I don't see those kinds of things.
Oh, well, that's very,
Your
very
knowledge
nice. But you
is
also
all I
apparently
care
don't
about.
see a lot of movies. My God, Fistful of Dollars?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, we've all made mistakes. How's the third round treating you there, Bibbs? We've all made
great.
mistakes.
I've barely had to go there this entire season.
You barely had to play anybody to get that belt. So Get ready, buddy.
I beat Jeff Snyder, who kicked your.
He didn't kick my ass because he lost by one. He won by 1 point. So
Yeah, he
that's
didn't
not
lose
kicking
by
ass. I don't know how you
to me
determine.
a million points.
Yeah, that's possible.
Points.
Yeah, 2 TKOs is different than winning by 1 point.
You're right. It's
and
better.
you're gonna
It means
find
I'm
out.
better.
And you're gonna find out
means
when we go toe to toe, sweetheart. Because I'm gonna take you down. You're a plastic champion. You shouldn't have that belt. You're a joke as a competitor, and I'm gonna show you when we go toe to toe.
Okay, I am a joke as a competitor because I am a funny guy. I am a funny guy, and I am not made of plastic because that is a weird thing to say, and I do not understand it. I have something for you, sir. It is a fistful of dollars. You poser! You poser! I will send someone to pick
it on your knees and pick it up.
Let's go, violence. Bring the violence here. Sister, you saw you.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, pick up that belt. Don't do that for him, Alex. Just because he can't bend over. Jesus Christ. Jen, I'm sorry I had to witness that.
I'm just glad you didn't call me Jessica again.
Well, look at that. Andrew Ghai handling the loss with class, and that's a side of Andrew Ghai that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
And I like that side of him. I got to be honest with you, too, showing some respect there to Rocha, but it's all about that Rocha and Bibiani showdown. The two of them have some words with each other, and that's a match that I'm looking forward to.
It's a blockbuster pay-per-view type situation, although you can watch it for free right here on YouTube. I mean, John Rocha and Andrew Ghai, this is a match that we had built up for a while, and now all of a sudden you'll get an even bigger fish in the Rocha versus Bibiani title match. I cannot wait to see all this stuff plays out, and we obviously have not heard the last of Andrew Ghai, but have we seen the last of this new, nicer version of Dastardly Drew?
I don't know. I mean, I think it was a respectful one. I don't necessarily know if you're ever going to get a nice Andrew Ghai, but I think you're going to get a respectful one, and that's what I saw there. That was interesting because I didn't expect that to come in, but he showed respect to him, and there you go. So John Rocha wins this one via TKO, and we get Bibiani versus Rocha for the belt. Man, that's going to be a lot of fireworks.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to check that out.
Good one's going to happen.
Pal.
What do we got?
We got me and you coming up just in a couple of days. So if you guys want to see us go 5 rounds, that's right, 5 rounds in a match, it's a Patreon exclusive. Join it today in order to get that in just a few days from now. I'd like to thank you here before I whoop your ass, and then we are going to thank you guys once again for all our patrons and for watching today. Leave a comment, put a like, do all that stuff.
Put a like.
And congratulations to both Andrew Ghai and John Rocha for an amazing run into this thing, and we will see you next time.
What's up, Schmoedown fans? Frank
Welcome back, Frank.
Schmoedown Breakdown.
You know how it's been since I wanted to say that?
13th player in Schmoedown Singles League history to have a 3-game winning streak and trying to do it against John Rocha, who is 1 win away from his 4th appearance in a title match. And after 1 round of play, Rocha leads 6-4. This is back-to-back matches for Andrew Ghai, putting up just 4 points. His first round accuracy through his first 3 matches is 63%. And for Rocha, his 6 points is right in line with his career average. Into round 2, Andrew Ghai stumbles in the Christopher Nolan category, going 2 of 4 for 3 points. In his last match in this exact same category, he went 3 of 4 for 6 points. John Rocha, he took advantage of the situation, going 3 of 4 for 5 points, and tacked on 2 points previously after a steal, and outscores Andrew Ghai in this round 7-3, and with an overall score of 13-7 headed into the final round. Andrew Ghai's 7 points is the 5th lowest score after the first 2 rounds of play this season. Getting into the final round, something Andrew Ghai hasn't had to do in his previous 2 matches, is not able to overcome the 6-point deficit, only getting his 2 and 3-point questions correct. John Rocha wins via TKO by a score of 13-12. Inside the numbers, Andrew Ghai finished with an accuracy rate of 50%.
New screenshots. That's new.
This season stands at 59%. That is 9% below the league average this season. Looking at John Rocha's day, he went 10 of 14 for 71% correct. Rocha is answering 70% correct this season, which is 8% above his opponent's average, as well as outscoring his opponent 65-58. His plus 7 point differential is second best this season, behind Ethan Irwin's plus 9. If you want to find out other stats about this match and from around the league, check out SD Rundown Stats on Twitter. And don't forget to check out the Schmoedown Rundown every Saturday on the Collider Podcast Network on YouTube and the Collider Factory podcast feed. This has been your Schmoedown Breakdown.
I've been wanting to say this for so long. Thank you, Frankie Stats Janish. All right, the number one contenders match is in the books, and it is the Outlaw John Rocha. Pretty much what I thought could happen, or what needed to happen to ensure a John Rocha victory, happened. He got enough of a lead in round one that I think it made Ghai overthink some of those questions, or made him potentially blank on a couple of those questions. And yeah, ultimately Rocha was just the better player. I'm not overly shocked. Well, I'm a little shocked by the TKO finish, but I think the victor doesn't really come as a surprise to me. So now we get Rocha versus Bibiani. This is another match that they had been hyping up and trying to get to for over a year, but unfortunately, things just never worked out that it could happen. Well, now here we are in 2018, and we're finally going to get it. Still too early to make a prediction or call on that match. I might lean towards Bibiani slightly, as I had a lump in my throat. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that match. It's going to be interesting to see both guys do the 5 rounds. Again, it's been a long time since Rocha was doing 5 rounds in singles, so we'll see how he fares. But yeah, really looking forward to that. And then on Friday, we're back to the Anarchy tournament, even though there was a lot of anarchy in this match. We've got Who's the Boss, which ironically is Ben Bateman and Mark Riley, the 2 other people that were involved in this little tournament thingabob that happened. And they are taking on, oh shoot, what's the name? Crazy 88s, I believe is the name. It's Eric Zipper and Haley Fouch. Those are the players. The team, I think I got it, but probably not. So yeah, they are playing each other. Zipper and Fouch has been a sleeper team in most teams or most people's minds. However, the majority of people do think that Riley and Bateman will win. Riley definitely needs to step his game up much more than what he did against Ghai. I was very torn on that match, but ultimately I do think that Riley and Bateman will win, but it will be much closer than people think. But we'll find out what happens in that match, what happens on Friday. But until then, that's going to do it for this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Always watch their content first. It's the right thing to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe to their content, and do the same to my content if you would like. Follow me on Twitter at WWEJTH1, and follow the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown Twitter page at the Schmoedown, and join the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page, where you can talk to me and other players and Christian, and everybody is incorporated with the Schmoedown. It's a lot of fun. And of course, if you can, donate to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon page. It's an added incentive that you will get Christian Harloff versus Bart Ellis within the next couple of days. I don't think they've given an official date of when it's going to happen, but they have said it's going to happen by the end of the month. So if you want to see it, join the Patreon page. You will not be disappointed, and you will not regret it. But until then, this is JTH. Thank you for watching this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Until then, thank you for watching, and I bid you adieu.